Sir Christopher Wren, the architect who rebuilt London. London's skyline is a tapestry woven over centuries, yet one silhouette stands preeminent, a vast dome that has dominated the city's horizon for over 3 centuries. St. Paul's Cathedral is not merely an architectural marvel, it is a symbol of resilience and rebirth. But who was the mind behind this masterpiece? Today, we delve into the life and legacy of Sir Christopher Wren, the architectural genius who not only reimagined St. Paul's, but also orchestrated the rebirth of London after the Great Fire of 1666. Christopher Wren was born on the 20th of October 1632 in East Knoyle, Wiltshire, into an illustrious family entrenched in the ecclesiastical and academic circles of England. His father, Dr. Christopher Wren Sr., was the rector of East Knoyle and later Dean of Windsor, while his uncle Matthew Wren served as Bishop of Ely, a position that would later influence Christopher's career. Despite frail health in his youth, Wren exhibited extraordinary intellectual prowess. By the age of 9, he was constructing complex mechanical devices and demonstrating a precocious aptitude for mathematics and science. He attended Westminster School, excelling in Latin and the classics, before matriculating to Wadham College, Oxford, at 14. At Oxford, Wren's prodigious talents flourished under the tutelage of leading thinkers of the day, including John Wilkins, who would later become a founding member of the Royal Society. While at Oxford, Wren's interests were not confined to a single discipline. He immersed himself in astronomy, physics, mechanics, and geometry. His contributions ranged from inventing a weather clock analogous to a modern barometer to producing a model of the moon's surface based on telescopic observations. In 1647, at just 15 years old, Wren translated William Oughtred's works on sundials and made significant strides in microscopy, improving upon the design of the microscope. The intellectual ferment of Oxford during this period led to the formation of an assembly that would become the Royal Society in 1660. Wren was a pivotal member of this group, engaging with luminaries such as Robert Boyle, Robert Hooke, and later Sir Isaac Newton. These interactions placed Wren at the epicenter of the scientific revolution. Wren held the civilian chair of astronomy at Oxford from 1661 to 1673, during which he published papers on the transit of Mercury and the geometry of the catenary curve, concepts critical to engineering. Wren's foray into architecture was a natural progression of his scientific inquiries. In 1661, King Charles II appointed him as Assistant Surveyor General of the Royal Works, recognizing his exceptional mathematical and mechanical abilities. He was largely self-taught in architecture, absorbing the principles of classical architecture through studying texts by Vitruvius and contemporaries like Inigo Jones. His early architectural projects included the design of the Sheldonian Theatre in Oxford, completed in 1669. On the 2nd of September 1666, disaster struck. The Great Fire of London raged for 4 days, consuming over 13,200 houses and 87 parish churches, including the old St. Paul's Cathedral. The fire presented both a catastrophe and an unprecedented opportunity for urban renewal. London's medieval street plan, characterized by narrow, winding alleys susceptible to fire and disease, lay in ashes. Wren, then 34 years old, immediately saw the potential to redesign London on modern urban planning principles. He proposed a radical new city layout that would rival the grandeur of Paris and Rome. Wren's ambitious plan, submitted to King Charles II and Parliament, called for a city rebuilt with wide boulevards, regularized street grids, and strategically placed public squares. He envisioned a grand avenue along the River Thames, lined with quaysides, and intended to transform the Fleet River into a wide canal, 120 feet across, to facilitate transportation and commerce. Streets were to be no less than 30 feet wide, with main thoroughfares up to 90 feet. Eliminating overcrowded alleys, replaced with open spaces and green churchyards acting as natural fire breaks and promoting public health. Placing churches and significant public buildings at focal points, enhancing both aesthetic and navigational aspects of the city. Influenced by Baroque urban planning ideals, Wren emphasized grandeur, order, and monumentalism. Despite the visionary nature of Wren's plan, implementation faced insurmountable obstacles. Land ownership in London was highly fragmented, with thousands of plots held by different proprietors. Legal disputes over property boundaries made large-scale reconfiguration impractical. Moreover, the political will was lacking. King Charles II's administration was preoccupied with financial constraints and recovering from the recent plague and war with the Dutch Republic. As a result, Wren's plan was set aside and the city was rebuilt along old lines. However, as surveyor of the king's works from 1669, he focused on reconstructing public buildings and churches. In the ensuing decades, Wren oversaw the design of over 50 London churches. Notable among these are St. Mary le Bow, with its distinctive spire utilizing a composite of stone and timber, and St. Stephen Walbrook, featuring a central dome resting on 12 columns. Beyond ecclesiastical architecture, Wren contributed significantly to secular buildings. The Royal Observatory, Greenwich, 1675, foundational for the development of modern astronomy and navigation. Hampton Court Palace and Kensington Palace, where he executed extensive expansions, blending Tudor structures with Baroque elements. The Monument to the Great Fire of London, 1677, a Doric column standing 202 feet tall, commemorating the fire and serving as a zenith telescope. At Oxford, Wren designed the Tom Tower at Christ Church College, and at Cambridge, he contributed to the Wren Library at Trinity College. Arguably, Wren's magnum opus, St. Paul's Cathedral, epitomizes his architectural genius. The construction spanned from 1675 to 1710, a 35-year endeavor requiring meticulous planning and unwavering dedication. Wren's design was revolutionary, a triple-dome structure comprising an inner dome, a secondary brick cone for support, and the outer dome forming the iconic silhouette. The cathedral stands at 365 feet tall, symbolically 1 foot for each day of the year. He employed classical architecture principles, Corinthian columns, a Latin cross floor plan, and a grand portico, yet he innovated by integrating Gothic elements suitable for Anglican liturgy. He faced resistance from clergy favoring Gothic designs. Wren's son, also named Christopher, set the final stone of the cathedral's lantern in 1710, marking the completion of a monumental project. After completing St. Paul's, Wren continued to influence architecture. He was knighted in 1673, becoming Sir Christopher Wren. In later years, Wren retreated to Hampton Court, but visited St. Paul's annually, reflecting on his life's work. On the 25th of February, 1723, Wren passed away at the age of 90, quietly in his sleep. He was interred in the crypt of St. Paul's Cathedral. His epitaph, composed in Latin, reads, "Si monumentum requiris circumspice." If you seek his monument, look around. Wren's unrealized plan for London remains a topic of reflection for architects and planners. His foresight in addressing public health, congestion, and aesthetics was ahead of his time. Modern urban developments have begun to embrace elements of Wren's vision. The limitations he faced underscore the complexities of urban renewal in established cities. Wren's unrealized plan serves as a case study in balancing visionary design with practical implementation, a lesson still relevant in contemporary urban development. Sir Christopher Wren's impact on London's architectural heritage is immeasurable. His ability to synthesize science, art, and engineering resulted in structures that are not only aesthetically magnificent, but also technically advanced. His life exemplifies the profound effect that one individual can have on the physical and cultural landscape of a nation. Wren's dedication to rebuilding London after its darkest hour left an indelible mark. The Dome of St. Paul's stands as a testament to his genius, a beacon of the enduring spirit of innovation and resilience. It reminds us of the importance of visionary thinkers in shaping our built environment.